Hi, this is Paul McCartney. Hi, this is Paul McCartney. Hi, this is Paul McCartney.
Hi, this is Rivers and Scott from Weezer.
Hey, this is Jordan Belfort, the real Wolf of Wall Street, and you're listening to the Anthony Rogers Show.
Welcome back to the greatest show in the universe. Today's guests are, we have rappers, Kold Kace, the rap group, Chris and Jesse Boehning. How you guys doing?
Good, man. What's up?
Not much, man.
Good, man. How are you?
Good. Thanks for doing this, by the way. You guys are pretty. Yeah, I haven't talked to you guys in quite a bit, and I reached out and thought that was a good idea for this. I haven't seen you guys in years, probably. Honestly, it's crazy.
No shit. Yeah. I think the last time I actually seen you is when we did that show at Kickers years and years ago. Remember that shit?
Dude, that was awesome. Actually, yeah, I remember that. That was cool as fuck. Actually, that was like a decade ago, probably.
Right.
That's crazy. But so you guys, for the listeners who may not know, viewers on YouTube, these guys have done a lot of. Where can they find your music? Is it Spotify and stuff like that? Is it a typical shit, basically?
Everywhere, yeah. Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, wherever.
Cool. Yeah, I found out about these guys when they were opening for every single artist I've ever heard of. Like Snoop Dogg, I think or some others 3 6 Mafia. Those are the ones that stuck out to me. But you guys were doing shows with every single rapper I've ever heard of at one point. Yeah,
man. We got real good in with the venue. We did a lot of work for them, promoting their shows, stuff like that, and anytime some big artists would come around, they knew that we would put in the work and we'd bring that many more people to the show. So, it kind of worked out for both sides, We got the exposure to those kind of people and then, they also, we were once told before that, a show selling out, from almost selling out to selling out as if we were opening up. They can guarantee that the show would actually sell out. You know what I'm saying? Not that we would bring all those people, but they knew that we would put in that extra work for the promotion of that show that would get those extra ticket sales and stuff like that. So it was fun, man. We did a lot of, like you said, we did a lot of shows with a lot of bigger name artists that I never thought in my life that I'd ever even get to be on the same fucking show with. So shit was cool, man.
There was some big ass names. I think Snoop Dogg is the one that sticks out to my head the most. That's just fucking crazy. For sure. That's fucking crazy. Honestly,
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, bro. What were you saying? Sorry.
You mentioned Snoop Dogg. What's funny about that show is we got called last minute, literally the day. I think the day of or the day before.
Well, it was 3 days. I think 3 days
was
before.
It? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we've done so many shows, they kind of blend together, and there's certain ones that stick out in my mind. I don't know how it is for you, but I think we've probably done over 500 shows.
Easy.
I'm sure. Yeah.
That's crazy.
They just start blending in. But that was back when, that's how you got your name out there. There wasn't the internet was there, but it wasn't how it is now. That's how you gain fans and shit.
Dude, no doubt. That makes you guys are killing. What is it like being rappers in a COVID kind of environment or whatever the fuck that even means? What is? It's a dumb question, but I feel like it's interesting, to know how our rappers are now.
Honestly, that we kind of been on a hiatus for a couple years anyway. We haven't even been doing any shows or anything like that. Haven't even really released any music. He did some solo projects and stuff, but it's been since we released the single in June. And before that, I haven't released any music since 2014. Yeah, but it actually works out because we're just starting out to start making some Kold Kace content and stuff, and we're just kind of releasing singles by themselves, and we're not really too worried about doing the shows or anything like that right now. We're just kind of focusing on making music and making it fun for ourselves again. And, it kind of works out with this whole COVID environment because there's no shows going on or anything like that. It's kind of focus on the social media stuff and just release content. And if shit starts opening up and we start getting asked to do shows and shit like that, we'll go from there, But to answer your question about the COVID environment, ain't shit changed to me, man.
That's hilarious, man.
We were broke rappers before. We still are. It ain't changed.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So you guys have a song coming out or an album coming out Thanksgiving? You're telling me earlier?
We got
no, it's actually just a single.
Cool. Yeah. I forget what generation is. It's like a grandfather. I'm like, oh, you have one of those albums coming out? Like, it's like that sounds dumb as fuck the way I said. But no, it's cool. You guys have a single coming out on Thanksgiving Day.
Yep. It's featuring.
Well, it actually comes out the day before at like 11 p.m. if you want to be technical. But yes, it's there. It's there for that's like for curators purposes and stuff. But like that's there for people in the morning when they wake up, basically.
That's gonna be big if you guys haven't released a song since 2014. That's probably gonna blow the fuck up. Actually, that's gonna be crazy.
Well, we released 2 singles. We released 3 singles now.
3 singles.
Yeah. We released one in June and then in August, right? And then we just released one the day before Halloween. But I mean, yeah, this next one we're dropping though, it's featuring Preach, which is another pretty well known around St. Louis underground rapper, and then Kasan, he's an awesome singer, and he's got a bunch of views on YouTube and shit. So this shit's I think this one's gonna be the one that everybody's gonna like, and it's kind of something that we've never really made before. So kind of gonna be an unexpected kind of song from us,
That's awesome. No, when you describe it, you sound like an artist that doesn't care about the marketing. It's funny, like yeah, he's like big on YouTube or something, but
right. I mean,
it just sounds so funny. It's like most people, yeah.
Yeah, he's
honestly,
Kasan is he's got a lot of big things going on in the background. He's such a good guy, man. He doesn't. I mean, I don't know really how to explain what he does. He's a producer, artist, family man. He's so much more than just, he's a friend of mine. I mean, he's worked with like J.E. He's worked with Nelly, obviously. I know he's got some stuff in the works he's not talking about, but we're honored to have him on a track, actually.
Yeah,
man.
sure.
Him and Preach. Preach pays homage to Vino, which was his group member that passed away. What was it? Summer of 19, right?
Nah, it was in January.
Was it in January?
Yeah, it was a couple days after my birthday.
This year? This year?
No, it was a couple years
No, it
ago.
was 2019. Okay.
Yeah.
So Preach pays homage, so that's another honor. So the whole song as a whole it's called Clearly, and it's basically everybody's kind of in hindsight, looking back on life and things and touching on different subjects. And like he kind of said, it's a song that nobody's really going to expect from us, because we kind of have this, aggressive. Kold Kace has this aggressive vibe, that's kind of always what it's been,
Dude, yeah.
I mean, it still has that vibe to it. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
That's how I make music, man. That's what I do. That's how I get my anger out, like. So I mean, that's how our music comes out. How my verses and shit like that always comes out. But just the tone of it and just the way that it's set up, it's just something. I feel like it's more elevated than what people are used to from us,
No, I got like chills when he was talking about like it being about like one of his friends that passed. Like, I had like chills there, and then whenever you said you're about the it's not as violent as the last tracks. I remember that Kicker show, like the owner talking about your rap group was like the funniest shit I've ever heard. It was like this like 60, 75-year-old man. He's like next time can we not get these rappers with these gunshot noises and all this stuff, dude? He was so pissed, but he was like so funny. It was a successful show, so he should have been happy. But it was just like. Right. But that shit was so his like response to you guys on stage was hilarious to me.
That's
we get a lot of that. There was a time there was one time that Jesse wasn't there. When I was touring as Lowercase. Stogie was with me, and we opened up for Bubba Sparks in Rolla, Missouri. And just saying that, you can imagine how that was for us, you know what I mean? The cops were following us around everywhere, you know what I mean? And so we get on stage, we do our thing, and there's like some biker gang behind us, like beards as long as yours, but gray, leather jackets and whatnot. And while I'm rapping, dude, or it's like in between songs, he pulls me over, he like flags me over to him, and he goes, "You guys fucking suck." That's what he said. And I was like, man, I can't remember exactly. I wish Stogie was here because he could probably tell you how I reacted, but it was like I just kind of looked at the guy, and the next song was like a very aggressive song. I just rapped at that guy the whole time. It was after the show, he was trying to fight me, him and his girlfriend. it was all kinds of shit. Like that night was crazy, man.
Sounds like Rolla.
Oh man, it was nuts. I could tell you another 20-minute ordeal what happened that night, but yeah, that night was crazy for sure. It was actually Stokey's birthday too, I think, at midnight.
Where'd you guys play in Rolla?
It was outside somewhere. I have no idea. They had like, dude, I don't even know. We just pulled up. It was like this town square or something, I swear. And it was just like fucking parking lot where they had a stage with a tarp over it. It was like ghetto as fuck. It was the stupidest shit ever. Like I was pissed that I even did it. Like
still counts. Yeah. No, I think still counts. But it's
but
that shit's hilarious. No, I only knew one bar. I can only name one bar in Raleigh. That's all I've seen is at this place called the Tater Patch.
Yeah.
It just would have made it funnier for me. Like if it was at that place. Like I was like,
it might have been, man. I mean, it was like a shotgun bar that we went in and kicked it afterwards. Like, shotgun like Southside houses, where it's like super long, not very wide and shit. But yeah, I don't know. We kicked it afterwards. Tried to do the right thing and get sober drivers to our hotel room because the cops fucking were following us the entire time we were there, and ended up getting pulled over and they were wasted. Our sober drivers were drunk, and we ended up having to walk to our fucking hotel rooms and shit.
Okay.
The cops were like, I had a warrant for my arrest, and I was like, I'm hired entertainment, man. I'm just trying to do the right thing. Fucking, yeah, it was crazy, man.
That's cool. Yeah, how do you?
That's what makes it fun for me.
That's a hilarious story, man. How do you smoke weed when the cops are following you in Rolla? It just sounds like a fucking chore. Like that sounds so like Nazi. I feel like.
I think we didn't give a fuck about that. We had the packs. You know what I'm talking about?
The vaporizer, yeah.
Yeah, it was very discreet. You know what I mean? You couldn't really.
They just think you're vaping. They're like,
I think this is. Yeah, basically, in Rolla, they had no idea. They're like 3 or 4 years behind like what normal society is. I think.
No, that was the best when when the THC like shit just came out for like a solid like 3 years, everyone just thought you were a fag vaping. Like no, he's just vaping. It's whatever. Like for a good that was great. You just fucking smoke weed in bars and shit. Nobody give a fuck. Like they wouldn't know. They wouldn't know.
Hey, congratulations to you, man. I heard something about 60,000 votes. Is that right?
Yeah, I still got slaughtered though, so don't congratulate me yet.
No way. That's still fucking dope, dude.
Awesome, man.
Oh, dude.
Second place ain't too bad, right?
No, dude.
No, that's all perspective, man.
Especially whenever you put what do you say? You put like $28 into the whole fucking shit. Dude.
Underground marketing, same as rappers. It's the same kind of marketing as rappers. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
marketing.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, yeah,
we thought it was cool. We followed it, man. We were doing shit.
That cut out a little bit, brother. What'd you say?
It was cool.
That shit cut out a little bit.
We were rooting for you.
Dude, thanks. You guys live in St. Louis still?
No.
No, I live out in Columbia now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm super south in Illinois, like 40 minutes north of Carbondale. We got some property out here.
That's why I lost. I lost 2 votes right there. Like you motherfuckers, like left the city.
We wouldn't have voted anyway.
Fair enough. Fair. That shit's funny though. So what? This is like Jesse was telling me earlier, this is you guys' first podcast ever. That's like kind of fucking awesome to me, honestly. Like,
yeah, dude.
Yeah, I did one. I think with DJ A-Flex, me and Stogie, but Kold Kace has never done one.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever done one.
That's legendary though. It's legendary. His first podcast for Kold Kace. Then it's gonna blow up. If you're watching this, go ahead and watch it till the end and go ahead and start over and watch this again because this is history in the making right now.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely, man. Your beard is historical, bro. It is on point.
It's getting there. Yeah, I don't think I shaved since last time I saw you guys. Like,
oh, shit. I want to bring my wife in here so she could see it.
That's hilarious. Everybody always asks me like stupid questions. Like, do you put like oils in it? I'm like, do I put fucking oils in it? Like, it's a consistent question. But no, I feel like the Kold Kace background's more dope than mine. I feel like I'm on your show.
Dude, I told you. I told you, man. I don't know what I'm doing. It popped up for me, and I clicked on it, and it was there. So I rolled with it.
That's great. I feel like it's so much more professional than like the hosts. I like that. It's like it's always funny as fuck to me.
That's kind of how we get down, man. We used to usually look better than national acts whenever we would like put our merch booth up and shit.
Yeah.
You know, most of the time our shit was better than the touring acts, you know.
When you pulled all the people too, that's why you're on the bill. Like you guys were pulling all the fucking people.
Right.
We did.
And then
towards the end, it was getting difficult, man. Really, to be honest with you, like it was, you know, because our fans started getting older and doing their own thing, having their own families and whatnot. Like we got to, I think we peaked out, and then it was kind of a struggle to keep fans, you know. Like
Well, yeah,
I hate saying fans, I like saying supporters, but
well, they'll be your fans still, but they're like raising their kids and stuff until they get to be like 5 or 6 years old or something like that, and they'll be able to have a social life again. I think. So I think the first like couple years of having kids, I think is crazy. And you have to like devote yourself to that. And I think like after that, you like I mean, you got another generation now. You got a new generation of kids that buy music now. Like our generation didn't buy MP3s or anything like that. You got all these fucking kids, man. You guys gotta get face tattoos and blue hair to fit in, right?
Yeah, no shit. But I mean, that's kind of why we started dropping these singles again. I mean, like there's all those supporters and everything. We're like, when is Kold Kace gonna come out with something new? You know, this and that. You know, we're like, all right, so this time we're just gonna do it for us and them. You know, we're gonna make the music we want to make that we know they want us to make. You know, we're not. I mean, we've only been promoting it on Facebook and Instagram, really, and we haven't even really put a whole lot of push into it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just kind of just put it out there for them to listen to it, and if they like it, they'll show it to people and shit like that. And you know, that's kind of how we're going about it.
There's no expectation.
Yeah. It turned into
we're not putting
too
any,
much of a fucking job, and it wasn't fun. You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of where we lost our motivation whenever the shit was it was more stressful than it was fun, and that's not kind of why we wanted to fucking do it in the first place, you know?
No, it makes sense. It becomes like a job, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Right. When I'm more stressed out about the shit than excited about opening up for, say, Snoop Dogg or something like that, man, then it's like, what the fuck, you know? And it's
it was pretty much all stressful. I think the situation we're in,
right.
My opinion,
it wasn't like we were getting paid or anything like that either, you know?
Yeah, I mean, from the outside looking in, I don't know how many times people will come up to us and ask us for money or whatever, you know, just thinking that we got some kind of shit, when really in all reality, like, I didn't have a driver's license. I was riding a bus and shit, you know, like our life was falling apart, you know what I mean? But not falling apart, but like, and this is just me talking personally from it, but like, when it all started crashing down for me was like when that was happening. I took my eye off the ball. My personal life was falling apart because I was so focused on trying to make the music happen. Everything else fell apart, and it took me 4 years to dig myself up out of the hole that I put myself in. So it was like I got a weird relationship with music right now. I kind of like it and hate it and like it, like.
And that's kind of the concept of the project we're working on now that we're releasing the singles for is that kind of love-hate relationship with the music, you know?
No, like that's super honest, because I think a lot of people just like act like they're rich when they're not and stuff, and like just like kind of I think authenticity goes super far in art, I think, and I think that's like that's who you guys can be serious and not just like I mean, you could be an entertainer still, like on stage and stuff, but then like when you're talking about it, you're just being real and not bullshit me and stuff, you know. I think that's legit, and I respect that. And I think that's what I mean. You keep doing it. I mean, eventually, I mean, it's happening for all of us, man. We just keep working at it, chipping away at it and stuff, and eventually people start calling you a sir and shit, you know. It's like my person just called me fucking sir, you know. Like one, you know, it's like the same thing. You just keep chipping away at it. I mean, you guys got that energy and the talent and stuff. I mean, definitely, I'm happy to have you guys on the first podcast, you guys. But I'm actually surprised, to be honest with you. That's the first.
Fuck yeah, man.
It's my bragging rights now.
Yeah.
Like whenever.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. I'm happy that you know, it's a good feeling all the way around. That's why I love doing things like this in general. Just when it's a mutual feeling and it doesn't feel like it's forced or anything like that. That's why we agreed to do it, because most of the time it was just somebody wanting something out of us all the time. You know, it's like that's what it feels like. It sucks. That's a weird feeling. Like even my brother, he came up. He was over here all weekend, and we talked a lot. And there was like we share the inbox for Kold Kace. I was like, some dude hit us up talking some shit about the studios. He needed studio time. It's like, and he sent us this big long email, and it's like, we still pay for studio time. Like, we don't have our own studio. We drive to O'Fallon, Missouri, and record.
Well,
And,
he asked
when
for
I told him that. Yeah, when he told him that, he was like, "Oh,
you can Google it because that's what I'm gonna do to tell you where a fucking studio is." You know, like,
yeah."
What the fuck?
That's just an
man?
example, you know. Like, it happens. Things like that happened a lot, and it was very like odd. But the point I think I was going.
They want like a connection.
Yeah.
So it's like they're like, how did
they
you
want
guys
something
do it?
free?
Well, that too.
Yeah,
well, probably that too. Probably that.
Yeah, they want something free. As soon as I said that we pay for studio time, I didn't hear anything else after that. You know? So it's just, I mean, and I'm not hating on them. Like, I don't care. You know, like it's.
No, we all start somewhere. No, everyone starts somewhere. They all start like trying to get whatever they can. You know, like I'm still asking dumb questions to people. It's just like I'm getting better responses these days. You know, so I'm doing the same shit still probably. Like I messaged you guys for a podcast. That's how I started this podcast. Actually, I did the same fucking shit. You know, it's just like eventually one day you build up and you get more yeses than nos finally after fucking 10 years of fucking struggling. You know, like
it's true. It's true.
Yeah, I don't know you guys for it too, and I was hyped. He's like, you guys like something. I think you guys had a song or something. And I was like, what the fuck? I haven't seen that in forever. It must have been that Halloween song you're talking about. I was like, I just saw the energy. I'm like, what the fuck? I haven't heard from these guys in fucking forever. I'll get a podcast going, promote some shit, like figure it out. Like I'm glad you guys are in music, coming back to it again. And that's fucking, it's exciting for me, honestly. Like,
hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you following us and always supporting us. And I think, you know, like to touch on what he was saying earlier, it's just kind of, there's really no expectations. We're literally putting this out for the fans we already have, for people that support us already. And obviously we want to grow, but I'm not dumping no money in no campaign. You know, I'm not doing that. It's just, we're putting songs out and hoping that it gets picked up by like an editorial on Spotify or, you know, one of the YouTube, you know, if we shoot some actual videos, which we plan on doing when all this, whatever, you know, whatever's going on,
the fake end of the world
over or whatever the fuck happened. Yeah, I mean, I really don't want to shoot videos with masks on. Shit's stupid, you know. But,
yeah,
you know.
I don't do shit with masks on. I haven't even bought one yet. Everybody else, it was like fucking, it looks like Shanghai outside my house. And I'm the only one not wearing a fucking mask. Like, makes no sense, man. No, I'm glad you guys don't cuck like that. I'm glad you guys are fucking. You can tell the Missouri's still in you guys. Missouri didn't leave. I could tell the whole we had the. If it wasn't the show me state, it would have been the fuck you state probably. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we were talking about that this weekend. How everything's real lax over in Missouri, because I live in Illinois and it's very different over here. It's
I bet.
You know, everything is like you don't got a mask on. Not where I live. Everybody's kind of like rebellish down here. You know what I mean? But a lot of the like Carbondale or something like that, or Marion, if you go in, they're like trying to make you put masks on, and it's weird. It's always weird, man. I mean, you know, I try to do whatever I don't really put a fuss up about any of it. If they ask me to put a mask on, I'll put it on. Do I like it? No. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, whatever.
You're a nicer person. You're a nicer and better person than me.
Yeah, I know.
You got a better soul. You got a better soul. I just yells at everybody, tells you what to do. They're like, do this. I'm like, fuck off.
I understand people like that too. I know some people like that.
Yeah, it's like.
Same shit.
He'll say fuck you real quick.
No, I've only actually worn like maybe a couple times. Like, I was taking my mom to the hospital. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking argue right now. I'm not gonna argue for my mom. I did that twice for my mom. And then another time I fucking I voted for myself, so I wore a mask when I voted for myself.
Yes. Hell yeah, dude.
Only time they got me. Every other time I'm like, no. Like, I'm like,
how was that experience for you?
It was it fed my narcissism super well, but then it was immediately let down. The third one I lost terribly. It was brutal as fuck. It wasn't even close.
You had to expect that though. You know, you couldn't expect going in to actually win though, right?
I felt like I was going to because I'm delusional. I think everything I do is great. Like, I mean, if I work at it, I'm like, man, if I market this, I'm better at marketing than a 44-year-old. Like, I mean, so I was just like, I had the internet younger, so I was like thinking I had this, and couldn't knock on doors and shit. And then the next thing I know, I lost by like fucking 60% or some shit. I'm like, I'm like, that's embarrassing.
But still, man, it's the.
I wasn't trying to hate on you, by the way, by saying that. I just didn't know
Oh,
what
no,
your
you're being
mind
real.
state was going into.
No, you're being
Yeah.
honest, man. It was an honest question and comment and whatever.
Yeah. Like, because I feel the same way with us, you know, like I don't feel like we're going to blow up or anything, you know, we're just putting music out to.
I wouldn't
I don't
have
even
got
know why we're just
60,000
doing
votes.
it.
I know that. So.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We would have got like
No, like, yeah, the only, it sounds cool until you hear the other person had 240,000. It sounds super good until that part. But I
Good
just,
night, man. Lord.
That's my wife. She's looking at your beard.
no. That's funny.
I told her, come on, look at this.
She's blind
The
now.
spectacle.
You can't see anymore. Does she have any spare change? Like I was just wondering.
Yeah, we do.
Got any
go
half,
get
got any half
go get
cigarettes or
quarters
spare?
real quick.
Got any
Yeah,
half
always.
smoked cigarettes?
You know what we used to do back in the day? This is gonna sound disgusting, bro. I don't smoke cigarettes or drink anymore. But back in the day, we would save all our cigarette butts and put them in a coffee can, and then bust open the little bit of tobacco that's in the bottom and roll them into cigarettes, like a mixture of just cigarette butts from months and months of random people in our house. And yeah,
I've been 20 before, yeah, and I remember it. I remember this. I would just smoke them like a piece of shit. Like I was too lazy to even be innovative. I just take them. I mean, you give me fucking an Adderall or some shit, or give me a little drunk. I'm smoking every fucking cigarette in the house, like from like 6 months ago and shit. Like,
Hell yeah, dude.
in my 20s, I think. Anyway, now I'm boring. I'm boring as fuck now. Anyway, like.
Yeah.
my son wanted to let us know that he went number 2, so he did a really good job.
Good job, man. Good job.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
That's hilarious.
sorry, bro.
No, that's funny as fuck. I like that shit. Like, no, anything like that's fun to me, like honestly. But
Yeah. So you haven't even heard any of our new stuff, man?
I
Just
know.
the one song?
No, I need to check it out. I guess. Is that on Spotify? You said it, like in all that
Yeah.
stuff. Well, I'll put it in the link. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll put some of their songs in the links, or I'll put their artist profiles in the links and stuff. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're listening on like streaming services, I'll do the same thing. Basically, just put like where I'll look it up. It's on like streaming services like Apple, all that shit too.
Yep. All that.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
everywhere. Yep. Our distributor, we have I think one of the best distributors for an independent artist, period. But they automatically upload our music to any new platform that comes out, or any platform for music, it's on there. And if there's a new one that comes out, it automatically puts it on there. Which it happens pretty often, obviously.
Yeah, I know every day there's new social media. This guy's good.
Yeah.
There's stuff on there that I don't even know, but obviously people use it or it wouldn't be on there, you know. So.
Yeah. I
There's
feel like an
an
old
option
man
you
looking at that shit now.
We are. I mean, I'm 37, but I feel like I'm 20.
Yeah, no. Sometimes I do until I see like a 20-year-old. I'm like, no, man.
Fuck,
Like
right?
babies, man. High school kids look like midgets to me. It's like insane. I'm like, I still feel young, and I see a high school kid. I'm like, holy fuck, these kids are like, damn, I'm old. Like, but before Zoom kicks me off because I'm using a free version, like at 40 minutes. If you guys want to promote any social media or something like that, and I'll put it in info too if you guys are for listeners and stuff too.
Go ahead, man.
We got Clearly dropping Thanksgiving Day.
25th.
Yep, November 25th. Kold Kace on Instagram, Kold Kace on Facebook, Twitter, everything.
Go subscribe to our YouTube. That's where like everything comes out.
Yeah.
First.
Everything comes first on YouTube and then hits everywhere else. So go subscribe to YouTube, Kold Kace. It's KOLDKACE. Subscribe and fucking enjoy.
Share that shit.
Yeah.